Veterans Day. Hope you guys are doing well out there. I'm only going to be in here for just a few minutes, but I just had to come here because I kind of just want to speak to you guys, kind of simply, just kind of plainly just want to talk. So I'll just give you guys a few seconds to come in. But just over the last, it's been less than a week, and it just seems like we have been, there's just been an array of reactions, an array of, I think some people have had a break with reality. Some people, I think that they're expecting miracles. But what I'm on here to say, above all, first and foremost, I just want to kind of go back to my original statement. I have said this, and I'm saying it again right now. And what I'm saying is, I am not convinced that this thing is over. I have not been convinced that it's been over since the AP called it, or whatever, the powers that be. I'm not convinced that this thing is over. They have had a card to play, so to speak, this whole time. But I think they were just saving it. They were saving it for a very, very, this is a very auspicious occasion, And what I mean by that, what I'm referring to specifically is that I've been saying this for over, I've been saying this probably for 4 years, 3.5 years, 3 3/4 years, however long you want to break. I've been saying for a long time. I'm not convinced that the Democrats are coming out of office. You guys forget about, the American mind, the American public is very fickle. And it's kind of like the mob. It's very fickle. They'll forget about, if they forget about their heroes, they forget about their villains, they forget about them all. Okay? But I'm not convinced that the Democrats, which to me, that's not what they should even be called. To me, that's a complete misnomer. I'm not convinced that they're going to relinquish power. And it just seems like all day long, and I said to myself, it's happening. That card that they've had to play, that they haven't played, is them either why didn't Harris enact, or I'm not sure what's the legal term, the 25th Amendment on Biden. And I'm saying that right now because I'm seeing these liners all day long about how, Harris's former communications or something director, Jamal Simmons, according to the USA Today, says that Joe Biden should step down. He's been such a great, great president. And this would be they love to use that word trans. For him to be a transfigurative or trans whatever, Obama had to transform America. So now he's going to be transfiguring or trans something by resigning so that she could become president in 2020, that she could resign within the next 30 days so that she could become president. Well, here's the deal. Do you guys actually think that if she gets in there, with all the wonkiness going on abroad, internationally, do you think she's going to relinquish power? I'm saying, to me, this could be it. I'm just saying, but to me, when I said this earlier, not to be condescending, not to be without any braggadocio. I'm saying the American masses are very, very fickle. You know, they were killing you. The press secretary has been killing you with kindness. Well, the American people, they deserve, they spoke, and I'm trying to be very respectful of what the American people want. They're going to kill you with kindness, right? And then they're just going to you think they're going to just hand this over? I'm not stunned. I'm just saying, how could you guys forget just forget about the last 3.5, 3 3/4 years, 3 and 3 and so many tenths of a year. But what happened before that? You saw these alleged demos. They did not want to relinquish power under the auspices of an emergency for CV-19. Do you really think if she gets in there for 30 days and a conflict of World War III magnitude breaks out, do you think she is going to, what have they been doing? Like double Dutch. Oh, I'm in, you're out. Oh, I'm in, you're out. Do you really think she's just going to hand it over to TRUMP? Because what has been overwhelmingly reverberating from the quote Democratic Party, they don't give a damn about what the people think about how she got to be their nominee. They don't care about that. They don't care about what the people think. They don't care about what the American people. I mean, you could hear Karine Jean-Pierre stumble into, when she's on her narrative, it's all American people, or she'll say what the Americans, it's almost like the American people become like less than third person when it's not a part of her script. And she has to clean it up really quickly. You can tell. You can absolutely, you can just tell her inflection. The prosody is different. When the American people's not rolling off of her tongue and it's all of a sudden, I got to think fast. What the American people want. Yeah, those people over there. Yeah, them, them. I'm telling you, I am not. And then USA Today also, which is, that was the source that released it, that I saw it on first. Not to say that everybody else is done with it or has not done these sources, what they are. But they said that it was unlikely to happen. But do you think, I'm telling you, there's been nothing usual there's been nothing abnormal about this whole cycle. So do you think anything would, is it impossible? No. But I don't know what the legalese is on a situation like this. And even Pelosi, I hear, is blaming now they're blaming Biden. Allegedly, they're blaming Biden. That's another headliner that's in for her, her crash and whatever. So I'm just saying, like, these people are not playing, whether you're in the left, right, or go team, go blue, whatever team. I'm just thinking, it's the overall picture is the memory is very fickle. It is very, very fickle. And Trump's not a miracle worker. And once they get their narrative going, and then you've got all these talking heads and these activist so-called people on the news calling for civil unrest, I'm telling you, it's a powder keg. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I would say hello. Hi, Derek C. Williams. He says, getting my free Veterans Day meal with the bourbon. Nice. Cheers. Salud. Sante. He says, respect you. I appreciate you so much for coming in. John Roberts comes in with a hot MAGA-licious. There's MAGA. I've heard everything from MAGA to MAGA. Is it MAGA or MAGA? There's a rumor is floating around that Harris will be installed as, well, who was that? Was it Ford? Was it President Ford? Gerald Ford talked about, he did a prophecy in a speech several years ago where this little girl got up and asked, how would the U.S., did he think that a woman would ever become president? And I'm telling you, I don't think that this, so in the USA piece that was written, it was said that she would be the 47th. So do you see where the conflict is? How is she going to be the 47th and Trump is going to be the 47th? Now, I'm telling you, some of these decoders are having a field day with these numbers. They are having a field day. Derek C. Williams comes in and says, Biden loathes Harris. How does a person get $1 billion only to be $20 million in debt? Oh, wow. John Roberts, he also says he'll be in D.C. All right. Well, like I said, I'm telling you, and then I've heard some other people on social media say, if he's still, friends. He's still not in there. He is technically, if he's never inaugurated, I don't know. Do we have some legal beagles out here on the prowl? Does anybody know what does the law say? What does it say about a situation like this? In the event, if this country, or if the whole world breaks into some type of conflict, if there's a global conflict, where does that leave Trump? And with a Harris installed? Because to me, these are all installations. I mean, you went from, to me, ever since 2020, it just seems like they're going to be nothing but installations. I was just in Butler County, PA, right before the election. Trump signage was everywhere. Well, I'm just saying that I just think that some crazy times are coming. I've seen AOC yapping and fear mongering, and like I said, these people they never go off. You've got politicians that are activists. You've got judges that are activists. You've got these news people are activists. To me, they're more Marxist than communist. That's what you have. Because I surely know the Democrats are definitely not. That's a complete misnomer. And it has been. Yeah, I just don't know what. I don't know. We'll see. I guess to me, this is definitely one to watch. But I've been saying, like I said, to me, these people are not. They want to create the illusion. As I said, they want to create that nasty nice. Is what some people say. I heard somebody in my family mention that, use that term, that nasty niceness, because it's like there's a reckoning for it. They absolutely despise. Either they're going to find out how they can not relinquish power, or there will be a reckoning with the people. The media is basically setting up for a reckoning with the people. They'll let you think, oh yeah, they'll let you think, oh yeah, you won fair square. Okay, here we go. No. So I'm just saying, I don't know. It's not that I'm trying to be negative Nancy or, whatever. But I'm just saying, you cannot be, if these elections mean anything, that's where I struggle. with these installations, if they really mean anything, then the tide's already turning. The tide's already, I mean, they're ready, they're making a move right now. I knew it wasn't going to take long, because I mean, how much longer can they defend? How much longer are they going to talk about misogyny and how much longer are they going to talk about that? They're not. They're getting ready to move into, they're getting ready to divide the people again. They're going for the big division. When the election is not enough, then you have to pull out. Then you've got your activists are activated, or your crisis actors have already been activated. So I don't know. This is, like I said, this is definitely going to be one to watch. I'd love to know what's going on in your guys' neck of the woods. Derek C. Williams, 1 million for Oprah. Mr. Burton. Yeah, honestly, I say that, the inevitable is, I don't know what the inevitable is, but it's not it's not what anybody thinks it is. We can't even imagine what the inevitable is right now. And who is it? Was it Obama that, what's happened is with these people's minds, what was it? Was it Obama that said if you flood the square? Well, I'm paraphrasing at best, okay? If you flood the square with enough sludge or garbage, then what? You can have what you have right now. You can have people for B movements, and I'm telling you, civilization, the West is unraveling. But I can see, I can see this thing. I mean, like I said, I'd proceed. I wouldn't count my chickens before they hatch. I would just say that. Because I just wouldn't. I mean, like I said, I don't trust this system. I don't trust. And to me, January 2025, we'll see. You gotta, hey, was it a country song? One day at a time. I think it's a gospel song. Sweet Jesus. I don't know it all, but I'm just saying, you better take this one hour at a time, because these people are working. They are trying to figure it out. And they're trying to figure out how not to relinquish power. They're trying to, to me, this is where the rubber meets the road. I think they could very well pull something, and nothing's going to be done about it. It'll just be, people, like me, I'll make a video, somebody else will make a video, and, we'll just keep making videos about how many great laws we have on the books, and none of it is even, nobody pays attention to any of them. I mean, allegedly the one faction, they'll say, oh, they're not playing fair. They're not doing that. They never do. And nothing will be done about it. Nothing will be done about it. So I just don't see it. I don't know. I don't see it. I'm just saying, I'll certainly keep an eye on it. And I'd love to hear what you guys see and what's happening on your neck of the woods. Okay, Joseph Francis Burton, he's quoted. He says, "You always just say that we are not going to vote." Yep, I don't think so. I mean, look how fast, it's been an interesting 3 point however many months with this current situation. And can you imagine if a conflict breaks out with the powers with China, and I can't. If can you imagine? Can you imagine Kamala Harris? That's what you're, in the next 30. How many days? Days to January 20th or whatever it is. It's less than 90 days. So a lot can happen. That's what, a lot can happen in less than 90 days. So, and they're going to work every corner, every angle, because right now they still have it. They still have it. They still have the power. And, they say, oh, the lefties are losing it. No, they're not going to lose it. You're going to lose it. As they say, don't get it twisted. No, they're not losing it. That is their intent, is not to lose it. And then who knows? Maybe they'll stage something to set people up. So they'll start rounding people up, or they'll trigger, they'll end up triggering people, and some type of martial law will end up being enacted, or either the people will somehow, some of these states might inflict it on themselves. I'm telling you, I think anything could happen. Anything can happen between now and January, and it has nothing to do with what people think is going to happen. I mean, I've seen all the things about Trump's appointing Homan to be the czar, and see, this is what I don't understand. Like, why in the world, if communism was something that they wanted to blast off the face of the earth, and why are we using Russian, dare I say, even technical language? Why do we use that language? With its historical background, with the historical landscape of Russia, the Kremlin, why would we be using czar? I mean, didn't we have a climate czar? Was it John Kerry? Wasn't Kamala supposed to be the border czar? I mean, seriously? I don't. I tell you, 2030 is, the agenda is real, and to me, it's accelerated. But I'm telling you, it can't happen without the United States. Is the last, shout out to Mr. Pearson. The United States is the last Humpty Dumpty. Okay? The United States is the last Humpty Dumpty, but they cannot have an NWO with the United States. I think, going in the direction, with the United States still being where it, with the United States not being in the power, in the position that they have been, without them leading politically, economically, and culturally. They can't have that new world order without the United States stepping down. They cannot have it. And then shout out to you, shout out to Derek C. Williams, to your point. He says communist. Well, the things that, if you just plug in, what did she say about the importance of time, or the significance of time? That's Karl Marx, is it not? I'm just saying, it's just, I tell you, we just get the paradox, the language. I mean, seriously, it's dismal, very, very dismal. So I'm just saying, you better keep your eyes open, because, like I said, these people are not trying to relinquish power. But I tell you what, you certainly don't want. I mean, I think right now, that Harris has been putting on the wiggly, giggly front and all this stuff. But I'm going to tell you, that mask is going to slip off in a few minutes. And you're going to see her for the real, I don't want to say that she is. Because, Right now, she, it's yeah, okay. It's, I know but see, that's what I'm saying. People need to don't confuse snickering at her conversation about the bus having USB ports and coffee lids having those white coffee lids on it with the transfer of power. Just don't get that twisted. Don't get that twisted with an actual peaceful transfer of power illusion. Don't get that confused because it's yet to be seen. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to be prophetic or anything, but I'm just telling you these people are not. They are an illiberal regime. They are not playing by whatever rules. And and for the conservative faction, I'm telling you, I have a bad feeling about this. Whether you're pro blue team, pro red team, you're not playing on any team, whatever your position is. I'm just saying, these are just my observations, and to me, I've been waiting. I could not for the longest. I mean, it's like, Kamala's laughing like a hyena, but she's actually had a poker face on all the time. She's had a poker face because she's getting ready to play. She's getting ready to play that card, or that elephant in the room is getting ready to come out. And it might very well squash January 20th, depending on what's going on in the world. That's my perspective. That's my perspective, and I appreciate you guys tuning in and listening. Joseph Francis Burton comes in with the hot. I think the czar stuff started with Reagan appointing a drug czar. I said, what they say, Black Lives Matter. Language matters. Language matters. Yeah. It does. It does. Yeah, so don't be deceived. But I find a lot of people are just, I think because I think a lot of people have been, they want to feel some type of relief. And right now, I think they're riding high. They're riding very high on this, on the victorious, on the sweeps, on the sweep action. But is it sustainable? Is it going to be? How long is it going to last? It's almost like I'm waiting for the pendulum to swing back. When that pendulum swings again, I think they're going to do whatever it takes. Joseph Francis Burton. I think they're going to do whatever it takes. But see, the thing about it is, I don't know if people are prepared for that. And you can just see the atmosphere. The atmosphere has changed. But at the same time, it's like, that's what the Dems do. They take you to the edge. Like a slot machine. Cherry, cherry, banana, Kamala. Cherry, cherry, Kamala. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't resist the slot machine. But yeah, they'll take you. They're getting ready. They're getting ready to take the voters to the edge. Okay, that's what they're getting ready to do. I'm convinced that they are. Because this little chatter, like I said, they've just been waiting for the perfect time. Perfect time. Let's go with Derek Simmons. He says, if Biden retires, he clearly doesn't like her to do her any favors. I'd be shocked. I want to make, I think I'm gonna make a t-shirt like that. I'm on it. I'm on it. Joseph Francis Burton says, oh dear Lord, a slot machine with politicians' faces instead of fruits. So there you go. Yeah. So I mixed that one in there. I did it. I know I did it. I could have at least stuck with all the fruits and nuts that I've been around, but I had to do it. I had to pull out the slot machine. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so let's just stay tuned. But they're going to take you to the edge, and I think this is where we're going to see some, I don't know. I don't know if, I think they've already had a break with reality. Some people have a break with reality already in this current situation. But I don't know. Just let's keep our eyes open. And I just had to come in and talk about it because to me, it's been going on all week. It's just kind of the push. Okay, push, pull, push, pull. And they got you right where they want you. Because after a while, because when you're up, they're down. And when you're down, they're up. So you got push and pull. Push and pull. So I'm just saying, which end are you on right now? But I'm just saying, let's I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. It might come up in the middle of the, you might wake up within 30 days. So that's what I'm saying. So how, and it says I'm saying to myself, how is she going to be 47 if Trump's 47? Like I said, I said this earlier, I said that, decoders, they're having a field day with this. Derek C. Williams says the food is here. Free on Veterans Day. Take good care. Okay, you do the same and enjoy. Enjoy, Derek C. Williams. And thanks for all that you do. And I'm going to get going myself, but I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to my perspective on the push, pull. Yeah, and let's see what happens. I'm telling you, we're going to the edge. Thank you so much for coming in, Derek C. Williams. Make sure you guys get over to his channel, John Roberts. Thank you so much for coming in. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think the Democrats are going to take you to the edge? I absolutely cannot call this party Democrats anymore. It's hard. It's way hard. Okay. Yeah. So what do you think? Push, pull, and do you think they're going to take you to the edge by January 20th? What do you think the likelihood of Kamala being 47? I don't know. It kind of makes me think of some of all the other prophecies. Whether they were the Simpsons. I don't know which. I have no idea. But okay, guys, unless we have one more comment. Joseph Francis Burton says, I'm not pushing or pulling. The BSW channel is my only source of news. Interesting, Joseph Francis Burton. I really appreciate you guys so much. So enjoy the rest of your Veterans Day, and I'll probably come back tomorrow. Because I'm curious. Like I said, we're gonna take this 1 hour at a time, and I need to. Yeah, I mean, I see, Trump's making all these. He's doing getting the A-team ready, and they're getting ready to pull an installation. And I don't know if that's one that's going to be relinquished. I really don't. I think they're ready to show you their power. They're trying to show you who they are. They are ready to show you who they are. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your Monday.